So when you're playing in neutral against the opponent, you want to have an idea of like what you can react to. So where to position yourself against the opponent in general, you want to be looking for what their longest attack is. So here I have Ken walking forwards and backwards randomly, and sometimes doing his longest attack, or longest regular attack, which is this. And when he does the attack, I'm trying to like stay at a particular range where I'm outside of that attack. And when he does the attack, I do an attack to whiff punish him. Like so. But realistically, Ken's longest attack, in terms of like what you would need enough space in order to react to, would probably be this. His fireball, or his enhanced fireball. You know, like if he's walking around doing this. Yeah. It can be hard to react to if you're that close to him. So yeah, usually you want to be like, you have enough range so that like when he does the move, you can react and just hold back. Like that. So in this case, you know, the range of the longest attack would be much further. You know, the longest thing that you can react to. So you'd probably be like hanging out back here. So, it's hard, but you can, like, you know, outspace these particular moves and then react to them from the range, which he probably wouldn't be doing if you're playing like that. He would probably be trying to approach or do something else. But yeah, in general, you want to have, like, an idea of, you know, where your opponent's longest attacks are and not just walk into them by accident. Sometimes you have to commit to like moving forwards, which means you might run into some attacks, but so, in a situation like this, one of the best things in general that you can do in this game is walk block. You want to move forwards and then really, like, constantly be transitioning to holding down back. Down back is what you'll be holding most of the time in most fighting games, honestly. So this is something that you can do if you're approaching the opponent's range of the range of their longest attack. Say you want to be aggressive and not just wait it out and try to attack in the space that they are. Like that. You know, say you want to be aggressive, well then you would start like entering into their range and then holding back, you know, to block. Holding down back to walk backwards. So yeah, you would want to enter into the range of their attacks and then hold down back. So remember, it's important to remember that when you're standing, you're thinner than when you're crouching. So this is something that you can take advantage of. You can walk to just outside the range of the opponent's attack. Right here. So, as you can see, it's not currently hitting me, and then you can crouch block, and suddenly it will. So you can take advantage of this. You can walk forwards to about the range of their attack, and then hold down back, and it will make you block it. And, you know, blocking things in this game is generally good. You know, like it's giving you information. You know, like every time you walk forward and block the opponent's attack, especially in a situation like this, it lets you inch a little bit closer. Say he was just doing medium punch over and over again. You can keep, like, you're getting pushed back, but you can also, like, inch slightly forwards. And as you continue to do this, you know, you can continue to occupy that space. If he stops hitting that button, you might, you know, like, start moving forwards. But if he keeps hitting that button, he becomes predictable. And you can beat him. Because if you're right at the edge of the range, you can swing an attack that will beat his attack. Like that. Or you can at any point stop moving forwards, and you can walk outside the range of his attack, and when it comes out, you can do the attack to beat it. Like that. Or that. So yeah, every time you can bully the opponent by occupying their space. Just keep walking into their range and either sitting here. If they're not doing that much, you can either choose to walk backwards, which is still blocking because it's still holding back, but you can, you know, get to a space where you're more free to do other things. You're not still in their range. So you can, you know, bully your opponent by getting into their range and just waiting. And if they keep doing something, you can, you know, identify a pattern that they keep doing something and then beat that pattern. Or you can, if they're not doing something, you can either walk back and, like, try again. You know, it's all, like, trying to figure out how you can safely get information on your opponent. Because you have to figure out, you know, what your opponent is trying to do. Do they want to hit attacks when you start inching closer to them? You know, at what range do they start hitting attacks? What's about, like, their reaction speed to that? Do they react when you start, like, closing in on them? Do they start attacking? You know, you want to try to get that kind of information safely, like, without taking risks and walking into attacks. So you enter into their range and then wait. If they back up, you sort of keep nudging into their range and then waiting. You know, you're trying to, you know, force an action from them, and if they're not taking an action, you can start approaching. And this works out even better as a strategy if your opponent's doing unsafe moves to try to stop you. So, you know, if you walk into a range where they're gonna start doing attacks that you can block and then you can just punish, like that, this is a great strategy to, you know, create errors in the opponent. And then when you get the sense that they've, like, calmed down, they're like, okay, maybe I'll stop doing things, you know, that's when you start going in, you know, and measure, you know, it's up to you whether you want to, like, if you think that they're not they're going to, you know, stop doing things, whether you want to start becoming aggressive, you know, you have to measure that risk reward, like whether you need to start being aggressive even if they've like relaxed and they're not doing as much.